Ah,
So
yeah.
I got my
Wow.
flight at a very discounted rate because I
Hey,
was a student. And that is why it's important to talk to people before you
to
travel.
know.
Yeah,
True.
people who have come already. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can check out, like, I know I use Turkish Airlines, and also my
Turkish
friends
do.
who use Emirates as well, they also
Mm-hmm.
got very good student discounts. So
Mm-hmm.
for students who are traveling and maybe who will be traveling soon, you can also check out the discounts that those travel airlines have, because they always come in handy. Me,
Yeah,
they
true.
came in handy for
Handy.
me.
You can imagine after paying 37,000 in the airport.
Yeah, I think. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Balance It podcast. Balance It is a platform that empowers young men and women to live a purposeful life.
We delve into conversations relating to purpose driven living, business, entrepreneurship, and abroad experiences. I'm Gertrude Nasike,
And I am Eda Onyoni.
and today we are going to talk about how we can plan our finances for an extended travel abroad.
Mm.
I've just been telling Eda that it seems like we're going to change this channel into an abroad experience channel because this is the content we are mostly giving you, but
Yeah.
it's very important.
And also, we are getting positive feedback from the
Yeah.
content that we have uploaded before. So it is based on feedback that you have given us and what we have seen working for us as well.
Yeah. So I would just start. I would say, as you're planning to have an extended stay abroad, this is maybe you're relocated long term. It might be for school, maybe 2 years, a year, or something. You need to really put your finances in order because previously we said sometimes you get here and actually you're very financially unstable in the first few months before you get your footing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, just for starters, once you get to maybe a country that you're already in, what worked for me, I remember, was having weekly or daily budgets. But for me, I used weekly budgets where I would budget for whatever I'll need per week, if it's groceries and any other thing that I would need. And it really helped me because I would know at the end of the month, I would need a certain amount. And per week, I would just have to set aside a certain amount for specific things. And it also helped me to avoid overspending or buying stuff that I didn't want to buy or wasn't in the plan, just simply because I've seen them. Yeah, so I would say if you are in a position you can have a weekly or a daily budget, it
Yeah.
would really help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with the different currency, before
Yes.
your mind just gets to understand that this is actually a different currency and you don't have to be converting each and every
Yeah.
time you're making a purchase. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that definitely comes in handy. So, for me, my first hack, and this was a hack that I was given by my
Mm-hmm.
friend who had traveled initially to the US before I
Mm.
came,
Yeah.
and it is a very important thing that if you're traveling,
Yeah.
let's say from your country to
Mm-hmm.
a different
Mm-hmm.
country, download the app that you are using in your country, especially if you
Mm-hmm.
are planning on maybe be sending money back
Yeah.
home. So
Mm-hmm.
for us in Kenya, we use M-Pesa,
Yeah.
and downloading things like my Safaricom app was
Mm.
one of the things that I really thank her for
Mm-hmm.
telling me that,
Yeah.
because it was actually not in my mind, because back at home I would use the
Yeah.
toolkit
Yeah. True.
that comes with the phone. So
Yeah.
that is something that I would also pass it on, that download
Mm-hmm.
that. Now for Kenya it is M-Pesa, download that my Safaricom app or that global M-Pesa app. It
Mm.
always comes in handy, especially if you want to be sending money back
Yeah.
home,
Mm-hmm.
and just having it there. And also it
Mm.
also maintains your Safaricom line now
Mm.
for us in Kenya,
True.
because if you can be able to transact with if as long as they see that there is a transaction
Yes.
ongoing, it will
Mm-hmm.
not be blocked
Yeah,
unless there is
true.
that registration that happened years back. So
Yeah.
yeah, download that app. if you are starting to manifest, download that app, normalize using it back at home,
True.
so that once you come here, it's just easy to flow.
That's very true because currently, like for the past 2 years, I've really been finding it hard accessing my M-Pesa because I literally can't do any other thing in my M-Pesa. But thank God I had downloaded my bank app from Kenya. So I can just send the money to the bank. And if I'm using M-Pesa, it's just for making payments where you'd get a prompt to put in your
Pin.
PIN. Yeah, but for any other services, I cannot access it, and it's really stressful. So
Yeah.
I can totally relate. It's
Yeah.
very important.
Or now downloading the bank app.
Yeah,
which,
the bank apps also
also helps.
are very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing I would say is just now in the same money line,
Mhm.
having a good bank strategy, and it would start with also having that bank application that you can be able to transact while you're still here. Because for me, I think it has been a lifesaver, like my bank app for the past 2 years since I can't access M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Like you can literally do a lot of things via the bank app, and it helped really a lot in even planning your finances and just coming through when you don't have money in your bank here. Yeah. Another thing about the bank strategy, if you're going to travel extend for an extended stay, is make sure you talk to your bank and make them allow you or authorize transactions in the areas you're going to be traveling, because they would ask you maybe for how long are you going there and such like things.
Yeah.
And so they will authorize you to maybe use your bank card in that new territory within a certain period of time, which is much helpful in instances that once you get here and you've not yet gotten the bank account for here and money has not started coming in the currency of the country you're in, that bank card is going to be helpful, because if you have money in your Kenyan account, then you can easily use the card to pay for stuff. You can even withdraw in the current currency, as much as it's a little bit, it's quite a bit expensive than using the currency itself here. But sometimes there are those situations that you just need to bail yourself out of something, and those monies that you find you have in your bank account really count. If you can easily withdraw from an ATM of a bank here, it's a plus as compared to having the card but it's not being authorized. You won't be able to access your money.
Yeah.
So just have that bank strategy, talk to your bank, inform them of the plan, and they will authorize the transactions for specific territories.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so true. Because actually, it's recently that I realized there are ATMs that you can be able to withdraw money from. ATMs that are not for a specific bank. I
Yeah,
just came
yeah.
to realize it here.
There
It's just the
are.
other day.
I saw there are Euro ATMs. You find them written maybe Euro something. I think it's by a company, and you find them almost everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they come in so handy.
You've used them.
I used them, and it actually didn't have any withdrawal cost.
Really?
Yeah, even me at first I was telling myself I
Really?
don't want to try because definitely the charges it
It's
just
maybe
it's in
higher.
our minds that the
I also
charges will
wanted
be
to
higher.
say it might be higher than the normal bank.
Yeah, imagine there was no charge withdrawing. There wasn't
Ah,
any charge
did you confirm with your maybe
because I could
account
check my
your
statement.
balance?
Yeah, and I just
Eh.
withdrew and there was no any other
Then I've
transaction.
been conned for the past 2 years using
Or maybe
different.
it's your bank. I don't know.
I
Because
normally use like either OTP or Eshte, because you find they have ATMs a number of places, and I feel like, oh, since it's a bank, if anything happens, I can
it is
get in and
ah
talk to them. But now for those independent ATMs, I normally find that, hey, if I use it and then
That is the risk. That is the risk.
but I don't think it can be a problem, because probably by the time I realized in Europe, like they take things to do with money handling, and having such licenses for uh, money transactions, they take it very seriously, very seriously. So you would find such an independent provider wouldn't have been allowed to set up those things if there is no guaranteed security for the
Yeah.
money of those people using.
Yeah.
Because they're very strict with their uh, laws, the money related laws. Yeah.
But now the problem was I couldn't see, or maybe I didn't check properly, but I couldn't see the number or for an emergency that you can call. And here you can't just stop anybody. How can I be able to get my card in case your card gets swallowed inside there?
Oh,
That is the problem.
I think you just block it, because I think also in the normal these other banks, if it's swallowed, you'll just have to block and contact back home. Imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had someone telling me that, because they will tell you honestly, because it happened to me even in Kenya. I even went in immediately and told them the ATM swallowed my
Card.
card. They told me they've not found the card inside, and it swallowed there at Kencom. They told me they did not find the card. I had to apply for a new card. Thank God I got it in, like, I don't know, 2 days. Imagine. So I think
Yeah.
it's the same case here.
Yeah, so
Mm.
something else that I would add is that have
Mm.
ensure that you have an emergency kitty. I
Mm.
remember when
True.
I was actually traveling, I
Mm.
had overpacked. So I had weighed back
Hey.
from home. I had weighed with the weighing machine
Eh.
and it was 23 kgs. But when I got to the airport, I don't know what happened in between.
Which weighing machine did you?
I
Something,
don't know what
something
happened.
changed in between.
Something changed in between from the house to the airport.
Eh.
I actually honestly don't know, but I had a lot of things. I had a lot of things.
Mm.
But now when I go to the airport,
Mm.
I was told that it was overweight and I had to pay an extra a lot of it was a lot of money. It was almost 37,000
Hey,
Kenyan shillings. And you can
hey,
imagine 37,000
that
just
is a
removing,
lot.
yeah.
Mm.
And there in my mind I had removed each and everything that I didn't need. So everything that was inside there was
You
necessary.
needed.
So there was no way I would have removed something.
Did you need them after 2 years now?
Looking back, looking back, I am that those people who just in case pack. So
Mm-hmm.
I realized that those just in case packing that do not even come in handy when you come. You realize that
Mm-hmm.
people are also just living here.
Yeah.
So those things you will find them here. So yeah.
Mm.
So just have an emergency kitty such that in
Mm.
case you will need money, especially now at the airport,
Yeah.
or even once you come here.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked before, Gertrude had mentioned that you don't get money immediately you get
Yeah.
to the airport.
Eh.
So having that emergency kitty comes in handy,
Mm-hmm.
especially for those things that you don't foresee
Yeah.
coming, especially when you're going to a different
Mm.
new country.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. And I would also like to add another thing is insurance.
Mm, yeah.
Insurance is very important, especially if you're in a country that accessing national insurance is easy, and maybe it's not too costly as an independent person, then go for it. But having insurance, especially your health insurance, and also while traveling, a travel insurance would really come in handy when anything happens, especially now, let's say when you're sick. For instance, here, if you have the national health insurance card, things are really quite smooth,
Yeah.
and you don't have to pay for
Yeah.
a lot of things. But if you don't have that insurance card and you really have to use your money, go back into your pockets, it's very expensive. It's
Very.
just the same thing as even in Kenya. If you have a medical insurance provider, signed up with you, then it's gonna be easy, seamless when you go to the hospital and stuff. But if you're using your money, you're going to be charged a lot of money
Yeah.
for different things, different things, different things.
Yeah.
So just having the insurance is really a better option. But also, it's also to find insurance plans that really work for you. Because I noticed here,
Mm-hmm.
the insurance plans, especially the private ones, are really, I don't know, they're quite hard to understand. I would say personally, they're quite hard to understand because honestly, sometimes you can pay for it and never use it.
Yeah.
And you still have to pay for it. If you signed the contract, you will
Yeah.
still have to pay for that money, even if
Yeah.
you don't use it. So you can imagine an instant where you're paying insurance, and when it gets to a point where you're sick, you cannot even use that same insurance to settle your medical bills.
What?
It's quite stressful. So even if you're looking for an insurance plan, maybe just consult the locals here, the ones who have the private medical insurance that actually works, not those ones that you actually just pay and they have good PR and stuff, and they don't help when you get to hospital. So yes, so having an insurance plan is a very good thing. It would save you from getting into your pocket and disturbing your budget
Yeah.
each and every time you get sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't plan when
Yeah,
we will
you
get
don't
sick.
plan when you'll get sick.
Yeah. And something else that I could add in terms of traveling.
Mm.
I remember when I was coming, I had talked to somebody here and he had told me
Mhm.
about things like the travel discounts.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I got my
Wow.
flight at a very discounted rate because I
Hey,
was a student. And that is why it's important to talk to people before you
to
travel.
know.
Yeah,
True.
people who have come already.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can check out, like, I know I use Turkish Airlines and also my
Turkish
friends who
do.
used Emirates as well. They
Mm-hmm.
also got very good student discounts. So
Mm.
for students who are traveling and maybe who will be traveling soon, you can also
Mm-hmm.
check out the discounts that those airlines have,
Mm-hmm.
because they always come in handy. Me,
Yeah,
they
true.
came in handy for
Handy.
me.
You can imagine after paying 37,000 in the airport.
Yeah, I think actually that 37,000 was now almost the discount. It was actually around 30
Ooh,
something thousand,
that's good.
because now for a student they
Mm-hmm.
just require the document from the school just to
Mm-hmm.
show where you're going
Yeah.
and to show that you're going to be a student in that
Mm-hmm.
specific country. So as long as you have those documents that they require, you're good. You're good.
Wow, that's really good. And a last point from my end, I would say is, um, if you're in a position to get yourself a remote work
Mm-hmm.
while going for your extended stay. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, if you're not coming here for a job, because I know there are people who travel directly from Kenya to abroad based on the job, or they've been called for a job.
Yeah.
But if you're coming here as a student and stuff, if you're in a position to get yourself a remote job, even if it's from Kenya, or even if when you come here and get yourself a remote job that can be in line or can easily be manageable with your studies, then it's
Mm.
going to be a plus for your finances,
Yeah.
because you find that, especially speaking from a student perspective, since we've been there, you would find that yes, you need extra money, but you will have to take up student jobs.
Mm.
These student jobs are really stressful.
Yeah.
Not even, I would say, most, if not all of them, are casual jobs, like
Mm.
maybe working in the warehouse, in restaurants. It's very stressful,
Mm.
especially if you're working for, in Hungary, you're allowed to work for
30
30
hours
hours right
per
now,
week.
right?
Yeah.
30 hours per week, and then you have to study as well.
Mm.
It's very stressful.
Yeah.
It's very stressful if you're doing these manual labor jobs and you're supposed to be studying as well.
Mm.
So if you're in a position to get maybe even if it's an internship or a remote job that you can work easily from the house, or you can just work your hours within the week at your own convenience, then it's going to be a big plus
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to help you at least gain more income as compared to you now going for the student jobs and getting stressed for
That's
no
so
reason.
true.
But they really help.
They
I
do.
cannot diss them. They really helped. They came in
Yeah.
very handy in helping us be financially stable at that point and
Mm.
just building our different financial goals.
That's so true, especially
Mm.
coming from Kenya where you're
Mm.
not used to doing those jobs.
Yes, yes. But I,
You
mhm.
get to respect those people who are doing those things.
Me, I used to respect them.
We
May
do
think for
respect
me.
them, but
Mhm.
not at that high level. We do respect them, but once you get to experience what they are
Yeah,
experiencing,
being
you
in that
give
shoe.
them a higher, much higher respect.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. And then also another thing is just coming while you're very open minded.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've seen also people who have very big offices back in Kenya, and
Mm-hmm.
since they're students, they're still doing those jobs as us.
Yes.
So you find it humbles everyone.
It's an equalizer.
It's an equalizer, and then you find that you even network way better as compared if you'll be in Kenya, maybe getting to that person would be a whole
Mm,
lot of process. But
mm,
right now you're both in the bus going to work and you can network. So
yeah.
yeah, but anyway, that's just a by the way. But having at least a job, and if you're a student or if you have a very tight schedule,
Mm,
a remote job would really be very convenient to be in line with also what you're doing. Yes.
yeah. Yes, so we can end the show there.
Yes.
So thank you guys for tuning in until the end. And definitely, if you have also uh, traveled abroad, let us hear from your experiences and
Mm-hmm.
also let us share with those people who would like to travel as well,
Mm-hmm.
just to share our experiences and get to hear as well. Also, if you are also in those different countries and you would like to travel abroad, just ask us
Yes.
those questions and we
Yes.
can be able to answer them in the comment section.
And until next time,
Bye
bye.
bye.